Just a quick video. I've got a couple of friends suffering with depression at the moment, so we're going to talk about this and touch on a few subjects. Stress and depression. What is depression? What is stress? Now, you yourself, you slipped into a habit, and that's what depression is. You slip into a habit. Now, this habit could be that you're not wanting to wake up in the morning. You're lifeless. You have no energy. You're not interested in what's going on during the day. You can't be bothered to speak to friends. You've got bills coming in. You don't want to look at them. You don't want to pay them. You just cannot be bothered. All you want to do during the day is sleep, and that's the facts. I've been there, so I know the symptoms. You go to the doctors, the doctor prescribes you antidepressants, you just end up slipping down a slope and feeling worse. Now, believe it or not, it's easy to train yourself out of this habit. We're going to touch on that in a minute, but let's move on. Let's remember the mind is the greatest creation that you've ever been given. You can create anything with your mind. People in past history have done, So you can condition your mind on a daily basis to make change. One thing every day you can work on to make change. Now, let's look at a scenario for 1 second. Okay, you're standing on the top of a triangle. You look left side and you look right side. Now, left side is you die. Okay? What happens when you die? You're not remembered. You've been suffering with depression for 2 years. You've kept yourself to yourself, you're in your house, you're not doing anything, you're living, you're wasting your life. Okay, after you're dead, a couple of people might speak about you, remember John, poor guy suffered with depression. Now the right side, this is the great side. This is the energy. Now the right side, you can be remembered as somebody that's made great change. You can be remembered as somebody that's, worked with charities, worked with people less fortunate than you. You could help people. There's always somebody. There's already somebody worse off than you. Always. I get reminded of this every day. Sometimes when you're walking down the street, see people in a wheelchair with no legs. Gives you a reality check. I think about my situation nearly 2 years ago. I was facing possible death, right subclavian artery aneurysm to the brain. Complicated surgery, left me with a lot of problems when I came back after the surgery, but recovered. Why did I recover? Because I constantly reminded myself there are people on this planet a lot worse off than me. Fact. Now, I had a friend I used to work with back in 2005 when I was consulting for Transport for London. His name was Gavin. He died at the early age of 30, 32, 33 of pancreatic cancer. He left behind 2 children and a wife. This guy was amazing. He had his whole life ahead of him. He was an amazing rugby player. He was a genius, an IT genius. But he died at such a young age. His life was ripped away from him. So when we're sitting there feeling depressed, it's always good to sit back and remember there's a lot of people out there worse off than us. You need to sit down. You need to look at your standards. You need to raise your game and change your standards. The standards are your environment, the way you live right now. Do you want to change your standards? Do you want to live in the same house you're living? Do you want to still be in the same relationship you're in? Do you want to continue the life you're in at the present time? Do you want to continue in the job that you're working in? Do you want to continue running a business that you're not happy running? What do you want? If you want positive change, raise your game and change your standards. The best tip I can give you: do something physical. Now, after recovering from my operation, after about 6 months, when I was able to get back in the gym, I'm working out. I wanted to recover. I'm lifting weights. I'm doing fat burning exercises. Why? Because fast flowing blood around the body, getting the heart pumping, raises endorphins. It's the feel good factor. It makes you feel absolutely amazing. And it's those type of things that you want to get to. If ever I'm feeling down, or if I'm feeling a little bit depressed, because we all get it at time to time, it's natural. I look at life as an hourglass, okay, like an egg timer. The sand is ticking away on a daily basis. So what positive change have you made today? How have you affected somebody else's life? What positive things have you done for other people? What charity work have you done? What difference have you made today? Or are you just existing? Are you just going to go through life just existing? Something to think about. I think about it every day. When I do go to the grave, I want to be remembered as somebody that's helped a lot of people. I started a charity a long time ago in the Philippines, and it was helping homeless children. The Red Cross in the Philippines were originally they had a business model where obviously they would take children off the streets and they would give them shelter and try and rehome them with families and support the families and so forth. But I intervened, and I put a lot of support and a lot of money into helping children that have been abused, sexually abused, physically abused. At the age of 5, 6, 7, they've been beaten, made to, work for gangs and steal and rob and get forced to take drugs. Now, it's these children that actually drive me forward every day to continue to make my business a success, to make my life a success, because I want to make a difference. I want to see children that are living on the streets, that have nothing, that go to sleep every night, that believe they're not going to wake up in the morning. I want to see those children go on and create a success of their own life. That's what drives me. So when we're feeling down and when we're feeling that we're depressed, it's always good to sit back and remember there are millions of people in this world less fortunate than us. Speak soon.